So here we are then once again with F1 2021 and another part 13 in fact, of my Immersive Driver Career Mode with Alpine. Today we've got the Russian Grand Prix at the Sochi Autodrome. Really looking forward to it actually. Our pace has been pretty decent all weekend. You can see there our rivalry against Sebastian Vettel is going as such. We are 2 points behind. Vettel's had an excellent second half of the season, but we have had an awesome run of point scoring finishes from Austria onwards, 6 in a row now, meaning that we are into the top 10 of the drivers' standings, which has got to be our target towards the end of the season. I'd love to get to 50 points. I think that is where we will pretty much peak. I don't see us particularly getting many more than that with the races we've got to go, and looking at the R&D performance. You know, we are struggling a little bit. It has to be said. The team had a great run of development earlier on in the season, but we have just stalled somewhat recently, although we have brought a couple of parts to this Grand Prix, potentially giving us a little bit of a boost and getting us towards that Aston Martin, McLaren, Red Bull and Ferrari group that are ahead of us. We're kind of in no man's land. A little bit like Renault last season, really. They were very much in no man's land in terms of pace. But yeah, let's see how we get on in qualifying. When we come round the final corner, it's been a very scrappy lap, a 1:32.1.
We've only got
and
two laps
that's
of
a
fuel
little
left.
bit off where we need to be. I think we can do a lot better than that, personally. We will give it another go straight away here, but it was a very scrappy lap and started in a very similar fashion to what it was just then. Well, this is a lot better. 3.5 tenths quicker, and that puts us 9th at the moment, ahead of Tsunoda, ahead of Alonso, but probably won't be enough to get through Q1. Well, there are some yellow flags here at the end. I do think the delta's broken again, unfortunately. Surely we're not a 1.5 seconds quicker here, but we come over the line. Where are we going to finish? Well, it's 9th quickest, which, well, maybe it was over a second quicker. I don't know where we found that time. I did think the delta was broken again, but we are through to Q2 with that time of a 1:30.5, just ahead of Sergio Perez in the Red Bull. But the person that we've displaced, Fernando Alonso and Sebastian Vettel, both out in Q1, although it does... Yes, Sebastian Vettel should be through, but it does say he is eliminated. Maybe he's been disqualified, has he? Let's have a little look. Incidents. Oh, it's a DNF. It's a DNF. He's had terminal damage. So Sebastian Vettel is out. He did do enough to get through, but he will start 15th on the grid tomorrow because he cannot take any further part. But going out in Q1, Alonso, Raikkonen, Russell, Mazepin and Nicholas Latifi. Well, here we come then in Q2. What's it going to be? We come up to the line. It's a 1:31.2, which is a little bit slower than what we produced in Q1. But on the used set of soft tyres, let's see how we get on in our second run. Well, here we come up to the line. Is it going to be enough? I think it is. P6. What a lap in Q2. And we have got through to Q3, and that is absolutely awesome. What a lap that was, right at the death there. And once again, using the track evolution to our advantage, and we are through to Q3 once again. Unfortunately, going out, Tsunoda, Perez, Giovinazzi and Mick Schumacher. There did seem to be an incident towards the end. I'm not entirely sure what it was. There was yellow flags, not entirely sure why. But we are through to Q3. What a performance that is. Lots of people on the medium tyres, so I suppose that helped us out a little bit. But once again, that 130.6 right at the death is enough to get through. And, well, we're going to have a crack at pole position. We'll be very, very happy with 10th, though. Well, just the one run in Q3, but what's it going to be as we come up to the line? So 130.6 again, which is enough for P9. So the story of 3 130.6s, and, well, I mean, all three, we did it right at the death, and just a pity we couldn't find a couple of more tenths, but it wouldn't have made any difference.
Today. Hamilton, Bottas, and Daniel Ricciardo. Well, that wraps up qualifying, but don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow as we head into the Grand Prix.
But there you go, we are going to be starting 9th tomorrow on the grid. Really, really happy with that. And once again, we could be in the running for some good points. Obviously, Vettel well down the order, Stroll just ahead of us. So that is good for the race with Aston Martin. Of course, they are on par with the second best teams in F1 at the moment. And, you know, we're battling hard with them. But it is going to be an uphill struggle, I think, to overturn their advantage over the next few races. But who knows what can happen in this year's Russian Grand Prix. Let's hand over to David Croft and Anthony Davidson to find out.
Welcome one and all to today's Grand Prix here in southern Russia. A beautiful location besides the Black Sea and a race that has historically been dominated by the Silver Arrows. Mercedes have won here 6 times since the first race in 2014. Can someone else muscle in on that record here today? Situated just 3 miles from the Georgian border, the 3.6 mile Sochi Autodrome has 2 notable overtaking opportunities into turn 1 and then turn 13. 18 corners in total here, 12 to the right and 6 to the left, and it's an average lap speed of around 130 miles per hour. And as always, a man with plenty of racing experience joins me in the commentary box. Today it's Anthony Davidson. Tell me, Ant, you're no stranger to surviving the melee of turn 1, so how do you keep out of trouble when there's so much going on around you?
There are 3 main things to worry about there, Crofty: positioning, awareness and discipline. First, you have to put your car in a bit of space and make sure you have room to react to what the others are doing. Then you have to watch your mirrors and listen to the sounds around you to get a sense of where everyone is. And finally, just don't get too greedy. Just because a gap exists doesn't always mean you should go for it.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Stroll, the captain, Pierre Gasly, and Tsunoda, Perez, Giovinazzi, Ricciardo, they'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty, and Mick Schumacher. Norris, Leclerc, they've taken a grid penalty. Carlos Sainz and Raikkonen. Verstappen, Russell, Sebastian Vettel and Fernando Alonso. Mazepin, they'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. And Nicholas Latifi. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Well, that changes things a bit, doesn't it? Starting P4 after all those penalties. That is crazy. That is absolute craziness. Well, we will just have to see what happens. Looking at the personalised data, it looks like we are going to go even quicker. So let's go for that, and we will see how we get on here on these soft tyres. Of course, that's where we have to start. But wow, we're starting P4 behind Lance Stroll in P3.
Is responding normally. Make sure to warm up the tyres and brakes. Warm the tyres and brakes throughout the lap.
We've got Alpha 5 and 6. We got the Mercedes 1 and 2, which of course they were anyway. But both McLaren's dropping down significantly. The Ferrari's gone as well. Perez up into the top 10 after going out in Q2. I mean, this is unbelievable, isn't it? And with our race pace currently,
at the moment. No rain
and our big battles with Lance Stroll, you would hope that we are able to put in a little bit of a performance. We're going to have to be careful with the AlphaTauris behind. We know that they can certainly give us a run for our money, but Yeah, I'm nervous for this now. This is going to be one hell of a race. And are we going to be able to come out on top here? Are we going to be able to hold this position down? Of course, McLarens and Ferraris are going to be quick behind, but it's not easy to overtake around Russia. Other than that long straight that you've got at the start of the race. So the start is crucial here. We're going to have to get that optimum rev level going, and well, absolutely hope for the best. That's all we got to do here. We got to get that rev limit way down, clutch bite gone, and make sure that we are in the best possible position. So here we come then, round the final corner. It is going to be our best ever grid position in P4. What a chance for some good points today, potentially even a podium if we get off the grid well. Who knows, but it's going to be exciting. It really is. So Hamilton lines up on pole position, Bottas in second, Stroll in third. We qualified fourth, with Gasly fifth and Tsunoda in sixth. We've then got Perez in seventh, I believe.
The grid is forming up. Be patient and watch for the
I
lights.
think it might have even been somebody like Raikkonen in eighth, but we will find out. So here we go, ready for the lights. Lights out, away we go here in Russia. It's an okay start off the grid, but look at Gasly and Tsunoda. What a start for them, and Giovinazzi. Wow, what a start for those. And now we're having a look possibly down the inside into turn one. And we're okay, we're through. So back up to sixth it is. Tsunoda going side by side with Bottas here. Well, you join me later in lap one. Tsunoda did have to drop behind Bottas eventually, but we are sticking with this front group at the moment, which is really good. Stroll is the one in P2 at the moment, and surely that is just going to help back these guys up. A little bit of oversteer there though. So at the end of the first lap then, we're just behind Yuki Tsunoda. He's going to be our first target to get past here. I think we can do it. He will be on slightly newer soft tyres because I believe he started outside the top 10 or qualified outside the top 10. But this is going to be a very interesting first stint, I think. Well, look at this. Tsunoda wants a bit of the action up ahead. So close between Gasly and Tsunoda. And we're managing to get a little bit of the action as well. While they're still side by side, we've now got DRS, and Tsunoda is going to be the one that loses out here. We are through and back up into fourth.
Brilliant manoeuvre. 2 places at once.
Well, that was very, very cute, that move there. And now hopefully we should be able to get back up to pace. Norris is up to 5th. I don't know where Tsunoda's gone then. How on earth has Norris got this high up already? Well, that shows how good that McLaren car is.
You've lost some time to the car behind.
He's right there, and he is going to be right on our tail here. Here he comes. All we can do is pick our braking point and hope that he's not passed, and he's not. So that's very, very good so far. Well, here he comes then. Lando Norris is through, and that's not a huge surprise, to be honest.
Okay, focus. We need to stay on form.
We'll see if we can sort of stay with him for these next few corners, and Get a bit of DRS out of him. Should be able to. Yep, we do have DRS, so we'll be able to stay with him and hopefully stay that good couple of seconds ahead of Yuki.
Be careful, we think you're going to start losing some tyre grip around now. It looks like we might have an issue. Hang in there, we're attempting to manage it.
Well, the dreaded words, we've got an issue. Apparently, even though we're doing reasonably well, is it going to be another gearbox problem?
It looks like we're experiencing an ERS software glitch.
Okay. Is he going to say anything else? Apparently not. I think we're safe to continue, and we have got the use of ERS as well, but we've lost so much time in that uncertainty. But I think we're okay.
Slow your pace immediately. Okay, copy that.
Well, there is a safety car out there, which means we're going to come into the pits this lap and get our tyres changed. Not entirely sure what the safety car is for, because nobody is out of the session, but I don't think anything has come of the ERS software glitch. But yeah, all the guys ahead are
Fernando's in for his stop.
So is Fernando Alonso, but we should be out before him.
Go, go,
Yeah,
go.
3
You'll
seconds.
be racing on the exit.
That's
Complete.
pretty
Go
good.
now.
So we're going to be back out in 11th
Up to
place
speed
by the
now.
looks of it.
Let's get some heat into those tyres.
And not needing to pit again. So finally, we're off the horrible soft tyres that we started on. And we now have a strategy all the way to the end of the Grand Prix here. So I'm very, very happy with that. So safety cars in this lap. Let's just have a little look at who hasn't stopped yet, and that's actually most of the grid. The 2 Mercedes cars haven't pitted yet. Leclerc, Sainz haven't pitted. Verstappen hasn't pitted. Raikkonen, Russell, Stroll, Latifi haven't. Well, Stroll has. Latifi hasn't. So that is very, very interesting. So in theory, we're in a net 3rd place at the moment if they come into the pits very, very soon. Of course, because Mercedes started on the mediums, it wasn't worth it coming in for them and losing that track position, because they are just so much faster than the rest of the field around here. They don't need to have that strategical advantage. And also, they'll be swapping onto the soft tyres. I am a bit surprised they didn't go onto
The track is clear. Green flag.
hard tyre, but we are back underway here in Russia. It's not a great getaway from us, but our straight line speed should help us out here, as Norris will go side by side with Latifi, and it looks like Stroll is getting involved as well. Norris going down the inside of Nicholas Latifi should be a straightforward move.
This pace is strong, but be aware your tyres need to go the distance.
We could do with it being that straightforward as well. There goes Perez past us, but we are back through. Well, here we go on Nicholas Latifi then. This is a great chance. We are through. Nice and easy there. Russell next. It looks like Vettel has got past Perez as well, which is good. But There's a bit of battling going on up ahead with Norris and Kimi Räikkönen. We're just going to watch it unfold. And now
We're leading our team
right behind George Russell.
8 seconds.
This should be a great opportunity. We're going to go to the inside line. Räikkönen there as well. This is a chance. No, we're not risking it with Räikkönen. We are through on Russell. We know we're not battling Lando Norris today, so there's no need to rush past Kimi Räikkönen, but we are past George Russell, which is really, really positive. So now, up into 9th position. Well, big chance on Kimi Räikkönen here. He knows it. He forces us a little closer to the wall than is comfortable, but we come down the inside and make it through. So we're up to 8th now, and if we can get out of that 1 second window to Räikkönen, that's going to be a really useful cork in the bottle. But unfortunately for us, a little bit of oversteer at that last corner.
Okay, the stewards have now enabled DRS.
We are
DRS is now online.
back through, and certainly no mention of the issue with ERS, which is fantastic. Well, there goes Sebastian Vettel. He is through, and he has fought his way back up from almost the back of the grid. Well, you join me on lap 17 as we've got 11 laps to go, and everybody seems to have been into the pits now, and it is an Aston Martin 1-3 at the moment now that Vettel's passed us, and well, Stroll is going to do something about the 1 at least, but sorry, Norris is going to do something about the 1, but yeah, this isn't a good day for us. Although Alonso is just behind us, I have heard on the radio that he does have a problem, so I'm not entirely
Our
sure
gap to the car in front is
he is going to be able to
1.5
make it
seconds.
to the end. But you would imagine Norris is going to win this Grand Prix. Is Vettel going to manage to finish second? That's the big question here. And if there's a incident between teammates, maybe we can take advantage of that. Well, you join me on lap 19 of 27, and we're still battling away here in 4th, but you can see it's a 3-way battle for the lead up ahead. Stroll and Norris going side by side. Vettel just waiting his turn to see what comes of it. And Vettel is now past Norris, so it's an Aston Martin 1-2 as we stand with Stroll leading the way. Norris back through though, and it is going to be absolutely crazy up ahead. Let's just have a little look at that battle. Let's see what it looks like up ahead. So you can see Stroll leading the way, and Norris side by side with Vettel, and then Norris managing to hold it down the inside. Vettel going a little bit wide there. That is absolutely crazy what is going on at the moment, but we are just waiting to see if there's any fireworks up ahead, because we are actually closing in on these 3 slowly but surely, just by keeping ourselves to ourselves. And well, look at this. This is crazy. They are absolutely battling side by side. What a battle this is, but we are now within a 1.5 seconds of second place, and Stroll has managed to get a little bit of a buffer here, and Norris down the inside of Vettel. This is going to be so close, and they're still going side by side, but Norris finally backs out of it, and Vettel back up into second here. Well, on lap 22, Norris still hasn't managed to make it back past Vettel yet. It is looking like it's going to be a Lance Stroll victory for Aston Martin, and possibly a 1-2 for them. And that's going to be our 5th place out of the window. That's certainly for sure. Unfortunately, Fernando's just been passed by Daniel Ricciardo as well, so he's probably going to have a late push at getting past us. But we're still in 4th at the moment.
6.4 seconds.
Well, unbelievably, with 4 laps to go. Sebastian Vettel has caught Lance Stroll. And now it's back to a 3-way battle for the lead. I cannot wait to see how that one develops. Meanwhile, we have got Lewis Hamilton on the soft tyres behind. I think he might catch us by the end of this Grand Prix. He's got 6 seconds to catch up. I think he's probably at least a second and a half quicker than us a lap, but we will see. I mean, you can see already now that he's past Ricciardo, he is dropping the time. Bottas goes quickest. Goodness me, he is a long way down on his teammate Hamilton, considering they went into after the safety car period, they were glued to each other. Bottas is a long way behind. 5 seconds to Hamilton, but the battle for the lead is certainly going to be an interesting one.
Okay, there appears to be an issue. We're currently investigating.
Well, you have got to be kidding. With 3 laps to go, we've had the "there appears to be an issue" message. Surely we are not going to retire at this late stage. Come on, we've got to be able to nurse this to the finish. Please, no. Oh my god. You just know it's going to happen as well. Hamilton only 2.5 seconds behind us.
Touch wood. Seems like the fault has resolved itself.
Wow. The fault has resolved itself. That's twice now in this Grand Prix we've had that message. I don't think we will be lucky a 3rd time.
We've only got 2 laps
As
of fuel
Hamilton
left.
closes to within 2 seconds, this is going to be super close. Of course, he does have to pass us as well, but he is so much faster and on a better set of tyres. Look at that, he is right behind us now.
4.3 seconds.
We've got 2 laps to go. Stroll has been overtaken for the lead. Let's have a little look at what's just happened up ahead. What on earth is going on? Sebastian Vettel is going to end up winning this Grand Prix. Look at this. He goes side by side with his teammate. And he's round the outside. Oh, that's so close. And then Stroll is in the lead. That is quite unbelievable. Well, sorry, Stroll is behind now, and Norris can't seem to make a move, but Norris is past Stroll. What on earth is going on for Lance Stroll? They are side by all accounts. And this is absolutely crazy, and we need to be focusing on our battle with Lewis Hamilton, because he is going to be closing to within a second. Norris back down to 3rd
Our
now.
gap to the car in front is 8.6 seconds.
As Bottas sets another fastest lap, I don't think we're going to be able to hold Hamilton behind, and my worry is Ricciardo's only 3 seconds behind as well, so I feel like we should possibly let Hamilton go, but we have fought and battled so hard to finish where we started today. It would be a shame, but Hamilton is just going to have so much more, and there he goes. There's nothing we can do about that. That is just pure speed from the Mercedes, and they have thrown away a race victory today, and somehow it's going to be an Aston Martin 1-2, and I think Sebastian Vettel is going to win his first race since 2018, and that is absolutely unbelievable. Ricciardo is really close as well, and Alonso. Our tyres must have fallen off the cliff.
This is your final lap.
But we're on to the final lap of the race. Hamilton has gone now. We're not going to finish 4th. What is happening with the battle for the lead? I assume Vettel is still leading. This is going to be an unbelievable podium unless there's a big incident. Then it could be Hamilton, and then us in 2nd, Ricciardo 3rd. Ricciardo within 8 tenths now. We've got to position our car well here. We've got to make sure that
There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining.
We're ahead going into the DRS zone, but we're just struggling. We're not managing to pick our braking points. Fernando's only a second behind as well. Our tyres must have gone, because these are catching up so quickly. At one point we were 10 seconds ahead of Ricciardo and Alonso's battle. Now we're very much not. Last bit of ERS to use. Ricciardo is positioning his car. We're going to stay on the outside, although he's barged in now. Well, we go down the inside a little bit bulldozer-esque there, and we are through, and it might help Fernando get through as well. A little bit aggressive potentially with our defence, but I'm not bothered. Who's going to win the Grand Prix? It's Sebastian Vettel. That wins, and Lance Stroll finishes second. What a result for Aston Martin. And here we come round the final corner. It's going to be 5th and 6th for Alpine. What an awesome race.
We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
Well, Sebastian Vettel crashed in Q1 yesterday, started pretty much at the back of the grid, and that is unbelievable.
Thoroughly deserved victory. Talk to me, Ants. What was it that set them apart from the competition today?
Without a doubt, the safety car changed everything today. The key to their success was keeping calm and reacting to the situation quickly. We've seen teams in the past throw away wins because they were too hesitant, but here they were decisive, and that's allowed them to take the advantage.
The Aston Martin team will be very happy with today's performance and the final result. Another display of excellent driving and excellent teamwork, and a well-deserved first-place finish.
Wow. Sebastian Vettel wins the Russian Grand Prix. Lance Stroll finishes second. Lando Norris in third. He must be appalled. He has won 2 races this season. He was side by side with Stroll for the lead, but Vettel managed to take advantage and keep Lando Norris behind him, but that is unbelievable.
On the driver's standings, it's a great result for Lewis Hamilton, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. Some amazing talent out on the track today, but Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
I have to say Sebastian Vettel certainly caught my eye during today's race. Incredible driving.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. No change in the top spot, but with today's points, their hold on the lead is getting weaker. I'm equal parts exhausted and elated with this weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for the next one.
I mean, that was quite unbelievable from those guys at Aston Martin, and well, we've been shunted out of the top 10. I don't think we're going to get back either on that performance. I can't believe a 1-2 for Aston Martin. Vettel from 17th on the grid manages to just about beat his teammate Lance Stroll by 0.8 of a second. Lando Norris there in third, 1.3 seconds behind in the end. He'll be disappointed, but Lewis Hamilton, he'll be happy to have salvaged fourth, because look at where his teammate is, well outside of the points. In fact, he's down in 20th and didn't finish in the end. He didn't finish. There must have possibly been a tactical retirement towards the end. But wow, what a victory for Aston Martin. I cannot believe that. And look at that top 10. Fernando Alonso finishing 6th, just behind us in 5th. Daniel Ricciardo, that late incident there, that was interesting. But it shows, you know, our pace wasn't slow today. It certainly was towards the end. We really struggled with the tyres, but our pace was on par pretty much with everyone. Lando Norris and Lewis Hamilton were the pace setters. Yeah, a 1:05.1 for Valterri Bottas. I somehow think he cheated. But there you go then. That is that for this episode. What an episode, finishing 5th and 6th. It's an excellent haul of points for us. It's pretty much guaranteed us 6th in the championship, but we will keep battling towards the end. I think we are going to have to take a new engine after the next couple of Grand Prix, but wow, I just can't get over that. 1-2 for Aston Martin then. But there you have it. That's where we'll leave it. If you've enjoyed it, give it a big thumbs up down below. Subscribe for more F1 content. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.